All of these companies are symbols. Symbols to why I hate the fucking system and why I'm quitting it. Let's talk about Pizza Hut delivery. Not anything else, just Pizza Hut delivery. I was a team member at that company at the age of 17. I went for a work experience trial shift, and they said that I wasn't fast enough. So yeah, those managers, instead of wanting to train a noob like I was, to get paced and have patience with me, they got rid of me after my first shift. Didn't even last a shift there. Yep, sad. Now let's talk about days in. Boop boop. Yeah. Supervisor decides to say that everybody is a wannabe Kyle, always making mistakes. Didn't say it to anybody but herself. She was like thinking out loud. That was the part I wasn't meant to hear. But I froze. I froze in the lobby like, whoa, did she really just say that? I was like blown away. But yeah, she did. She denied it. She tried to ring me up and said I'm trying to deny it, that she didn't say that, and if she did, who did she say it to? People think out loud. And she knew that we were alone. So she knew she could get away with saying that shit to me. But if she didn't say it, how come it stuck with my brain up to this day? Think about it. My next one, Asda. To be more like Pizza Hut delivery, Asda Living. It was the clothing section, and upstairs it had like home stuff, like video games. It had toilet seats. It had candles, Yankee candles, I think they were called. But yeah, Asda. I got really severely burnt out at Asda, from doing 12-hour shifts, cover shifts, and coming in on my days off. Yes, on my days off. They called me in on my days off, and I stupidly said yes to everything. Yes, 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 sir. I was a bootlicker back then. And yeah, once I get burnt out, once it was time for someone to cover me because I got physically ill, because it began with burnout and then it progressed to being ill. So it was my body's way of trying to slow me down, and I physically couldn't move for about 2 weeks. And the managers, I tried to book time off to get over the illness. Tried to book like Friday to Sunday off, but unfortunately the managers wouldn't allow it. They rejected it, and then I sent them a message saying, you can fire me if you want, but I'm taking these days off because I really need them, because I was physically ill. There was no way that I could get out of fucking bed because of burnout and ill. So yeah, and then after I got ill for those 2 weeks, lightheadedness and dizziness, that's where I got it from, was the same year. Probably because they fucking tried to run me into a fucking grave, this fucking company, man. But yeah, been dealing with lightheadedness and dizziness ever since I stopped working at Asda. Now, who's next on my shit list? Holiday Inn. Okay. Improper training for the bar sticks me on the bar of like one of their hotels, because they had many hotels run by the same owner, and I used to be branched out to those hotels. But the main thing that I was working for was Holiday Inn, the main hotel. That was my main base right there, so I'm going to talk about them. Not going to talk about the hotel I was actually at when this customer had a go at me, made me cry mid-shift, and made me leave mid-shift because I was so upset. Keep in mind, I got bipolar, I got autism, I got ADHD, I got a lot of problems, dyspraxia, lightheaded, and dizziness. Yes, that was pretty much after Asda, so yes, that incident occurred after Asda. I was dealing with my own problems. 4 disabilities, lightheaded and dizziness, and yeah. Like, improper bar training. That's what happened. That's what happened. Like, it was because two people was getting trained at the same time, me and some other guy. I was in the background. There was a lot of noise in there, so I couldn't hear what he was trying to teach us. Like, stuff like, really stuff that I can't comprehend, like the tills. Like, there's a till and you have to press some shit. Still don't know what you press up to this day to make that transaction thing. So yeah, failed on them trying to purchase the drink. I was fine with pouring the drink. They just had no way of purchasing it. Everybody would have loved me because everybody would have got a free drink because of my incompetence. Well, that hotel's incompetence is their own fault. Improper training, especially when I've got learning disabilities. Like, they should have made me stand to one side, called that manager over, to train him first, and then train me afterwards. Like, do things one at a time, because then it would stick. Because it sticks when it's like a one-on-one rather than a group kind of project thing that I'm trying to hear over the freaking loud ass customers in a bar, in a busy ass bar. Okay, Prime Facility Services. This incident happened today. So I literally laid down the law saying that I couldn't come in because there's way too much snow outside, and it was like literally it was up to my mother's number plate. It was that bad this morning, and it still hasn't cleared up to now. And my manager, at first when I said I couldn't come in because of the snow, she said okay, and then after like a few, I assume an hour went by. Like, I could pull them up right here right now. Like, after an hour went by, she was like, hiya, I know the weather is bad out there. When safe to do so, could you please try and get into work? I am emailing the boss's name and see what is happening on site. So, like, she only cared about what's happening down there, not what's happening outside my fucking house, to get me there. And then some woman called Angela, they messaged to get in. They messaged them for me to get in, and I said no, I'm not putting my safety at risk. Simple. I was actually that blunt. And I asked, who is Angela? She is a cleaner apparently. I've never seen her, never heard of her. Don't worry about today. Awkward bitch. Don't worry about today. After giving me flack for not being able to go in, don't worry about today. Fucking awkward. Stupid managers. That's what it is. They're like power hungry 1 second, and then they're understandable the next second. It's like they've got my bipolar, but in their personality, not just in their head. But yeah, and why is Proto Labs here? Because that's where I work. That is the official site that I have been working at. And the reason why I'm speaking out against Prime Facility Services, the place that I work for, and Proto Labs, the place that I physically work at, because I'm like a contractor with Prime Facility Services, branched out to Proto Labs to go and do the cleaning service at. Yeah, they just come as a package deal. I don't really have any beef with Proto Labs. It's more with Prime Facility Services, how they treated me this morning, and I don't know if I've still got a job. I don't know if I'm going to get disciplined on Monday for not attending my shift today. I don't know what's happened next, because I literally said, well, I scolded her first. Let's get through the scolding from me. I wasn't worried until you started on me for thinking about my safety. If I died in a car accident, you would just replace me and move on. Not acceptable. And she put, I said when it was safe to do so, like gaslighting, basically backtracking to like the first message and ignoring the fact that she said Angela says get in, and apparently Angela's not even a fucking manager either. But yeah, I don't expect staff to put themselves in danger. And then I just said, so no disciplinary when I'm next in, no confrontation from Angela either when I'm next in. I was more concerned about that. She didn't reply to that, so I don't know if I'm getting disciplined. I don't know if I'm gonna get fucking punched in the mouth by Angela. And as you can see, my lip is already fucking sore from Chab's lips because I always get that. Doesn't matter what time of the year I get them anyway, whether it's summer or winter like this. But yeah, yeah, there's some real beef going on. So I think I think I'm like escaping the system right now. I think I'm never gonna work again because what do these all have in common? Incompetent managers, fucking managers that have a power trip, and it's like, bruh, no wonder people don't want jobs.